I'm making this video for the AEDD 105 class at Southern Maine Community College. One of the assignments requires that you draw these objects in AutoCAD, and I'm doing the video so that you can get a better sense of what they might look like than you can get from the isometric drawings that you're handed in the sheet on the right. This is what all of them look like, so we could move those around a little bit if you wanted, and they pretty much look like that. What I'm going to do though is open up each one individually and then rotate it around so you can really see what it looks like. So we'll go in order. We'll go to the locating finger. Locating finger looks like this in the position that you see it in. Turn it around, you notice there's a notch at the top. One thing people sometimes don't recognize is there's a little shelf right here in front of the part that has a curve to it. They'll turn it around, look up underneath it. Those holes go all the way through. Turn it around a little more, get it out of there. That's what it would look like from this side. That's this part right here. Now we'll take a look at the index slide. Index slide looks like this. That's more or less the view that it was given there. Has a big hole that goes all the way down through the part. Sitting on its the base, it would look more like this. The holes go all the way through. And one of the things that you might be interested in is the fact that it looks like that from the top, and it would look like this from one end, look like that from the other end. You turn that around a little bit, you can see that looking down through there, you're going to see the back part of that hole right there. You can see that in the isometric drawing over here. And if you were to look straight at it, it would look like this. Let's tilt that a little. You might have it more look like that. Next one we'll look at is a toggle lever. Toggle lever looks like this. Move that around a little bit. See there's a slot that goes all the way down through the center. Might be a little easier to see this if I turn on the edges. I turn them off because I don't want you to think that tangent edges should be displayed. That edge right there would not be drawn in the part. But this does make it a little clearer just how deep that little groove goes. If we looked at it directly from the front, you also get the sense where that little shelf is right there. If we looked at it directly from the front, it's clear that the base is not horizontal. Slopes down. Might not be as clear here, but that's what it would look like. So you have to have this arc drawn in. You have to locate that point over there and then draw a line that goes from that point tangent to that large arc. The frame guide looks like this. Hole goes all the way down through. Look at it from one end, you notice that the slot itself would be kind of blocked if you looked at it from this end. Turn it around like this, and now you can see this end pretty well, but it would block a lot of the other features. There's some fillets in this. Fillets are right there, these kind of tiny little fillets. Again, I'll turn on the filleted edges. Those edges are where the fillets start and stop. They're all tangencies. You wouldn't draw that. You wouldn't draw this one over here, either one of those. So what it would really look like to the eye would be that. However, by convention, in the top view of this, you would show where these two surfaces connect. So even though it would actually look like this, you should draw a line that comes right down where the two surfaces would come together so that it's clear that there's a feature that changes there. Otherwise, it looks like it's just flat in the top view. Cutout holder. Get the cutout holder. Looks like that. Has a raised boss in the middle. That's that piece right there. It comes up, a little platform that's flat. Got two holes that are the same size. They both go all the way through. Got a couple grooves that go down through the bottom. The end looks like that. And this also has a number of different fillets on it as well. There's a fillet on this edge right here. There's a fillet that goes across here. That's a machine surface. There's a fillet right there. Fillet goes all the way around. There's a, actually, yeah. And then there's a round that goes down through here like that. Again, if we look at that with the tangent edges showing, you can see it's pretty distinctive, but by the naked eye, it would look like this. The last thing is the chuck jaw. Chuck jaw is a part from a 4-jaw chuck that would go on a lathe. It's got a number of arcs in it. And it also has, this one maybe we should look at cut in half. Let's cut this one in half. We'll do a section view of this. Section view looks like that. So if you look at the inside, you've got a counter bore, which is a hole that's larger than the through hole. It goes down a certain depth, and it's given to you over here when you look at the dimensions. Right there, the depth, the diameter is 750 thousandths or 0.75, and the depth is 0.81. So the depth is going to be the distance from that surface to that surface right there. And there are two of them. In this case, the depth starts here because it starts at the deepest part of that counter bore. In both cases, they go all the way through. Notice they go through and they come out where the cutaway is on the bottom. If we take this off, you'll notice that those holes don't penetrate that surface and they don't penetrate this surface. So when you draw this, you want to be careful that your hidden lines are not misleading. That's what this one looks like. Got a couple things going on the bottom. Looks like that. Now I'm just going to go back to the full assembly with all of them, and I'll just rotate it around one more time, kind of slowly, and then I'll finish this up. I'm manipulating this with my 3D mouse, which I really enjoy because it's just so smooth. And it actually allows me to pull up, push down, move it sideways, rotate it. So I'm not actually using a standard mouse. This is a Connection 3D mouse. And if I really want to get crazy, I can do that as well.